You know, there's nothing I know like being in the green room. And ladies and gentlemen, we're in the green room now. And Chavon is in the building now. She's here and she's ready to rock and roll. Let me do this because I just sent the bio. I know you all have it. It's pretty extensive, by the way. And many of you already Googled her. I get it. So let's just find out from her. Let's find out who is Chavon. And more importantly, what is she up to today? Talk to us, Chavon.
Hello. So thank you so much, Chavon, for this wonderful opportunity. I'm so grateful to be a part of the Happy Entrepreneur Show. My name is Chavon Annette. I go by the Fire Leadership Coach. And literally my passion is to help individuals be enriched in life, leadership, and business. And I do that with a mission to literally help people break fear, build faith, and lead confidently. So that is my heart posture. And right now I am creating courses under the umbrella of the Powerhouse Leaders University. So it is a slew of different courses designed to help people break fear, build faith, and lead confidently. And then also I love the opportunity to coach people one-on-one as well as do group coaching as well. I absolutely love that. I'm a transformational speaker and also a best-selling author 2 times now. And I'm super excited about the wonderful opportunity to continue to serve people in the capacity as the Fire Leadership Coach.
You know, I love that. Now, when you say Fire Leadership Coach, leadership means different things to different people. And I'm just curious, when you say leadership, like, what is your definition of leadership? And why did you call it Fire Leadership? Now, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We get to the other side. I'm going to ask her about fear and overcoming that. But I'm curious. Like, you got to be curious. Fire Leadership?
Right.
Talk to us if you would.
Yes. So for me, leadership is the ability to help one person transition from point A to point B. I always say a leader is one who has undergone a transformation. And literally, they are now able to not just be transformation, but to help someone else transition and get to their place of transformation as well. So John Maxwell, he says, look, a leader without a following is just a man taking a long trip. And so when you have those people that are looking at you, following you, and literally seeking after you because what you're saying is something that's gravitating to them, it's time for you to go ahead and take the baton and go forth as a leader. And then the Fire Leadership Coach literally came from in 2020. It was my first course creation called She's on Fire Academy. And literally it came from my time with God. And God was like, you are now a woman on fire. You have broken fear. You're standing up boldly. You're being courageous. You're doing what I'm telling you to do. You are on fire. And so now I'm on a mission to not just be on fire, but to help other people get set ablaze so that they can go and transform the world as well.
You know, I love what you're doing. I love the importance of it. You know, we'll get into fear, but I'm just curious, and at least if it's so important, there's some folks out there, just to let you know, Chavon, they're dualpreneurs. They worked all day, and then they're now working all night on their full-time business, and they're single moms and they're single dads, and folks that are tuned in right now, and they heard those words, overcoming fear. Can you take a moment and talk about why you selected that topic? And why now?
Right. So I'm going to tell you right now, it comes from personal experience. And I feel like the best lessons come from the experiences that you've undergone. And so particularly for me, fear was literally in my way. I was a leader. I was writing books. I was doing a Monday motivational video, empowering people, but there were certain things that I literally swept under the rug in my life. So one thing in particular is that I was molested as a child. It was literally terrifying to think that I would eventually have to share that with someone else. But I knew that God was taking me to a place where I could no longer keep that swept under the rug. And then also I've been married for 9 years now, and I'm a woman who battles infertility. And so I often had the question, oh, when are you all going to have children? When is that going to happen or that going to happen? And I was terrified to just come out and tell people that I'm battling with this condition, that I'm believing God that I'll overcome and have my own children one day. And then also just challenges within marriage. So there were so many things that were under the rug that really needed to be dealt with. In 2019, it all came to a head, and I had to make a decision to no longer present a face, no longer wear a mask, but make a decision to be authentically and unapologetically me and tell my story, whether someone liked it or not. I was more concerned about the people who would be changed by me opening my mouth and overcoming that fear.
You know, so I'm excited. I'm pumped up. Y'all can hear the passion in the voice. For folks out there like Eric Washington is watching right now. Jack and Fulton is watching right now. Michelle McCarter, thanks for joining in. Kathy, it's good to see you. Michael up in New York, my person, by the way. Thank you so much for joining. And all of you, we've got a show, okay? But we come back. Don't worry, I'm going to ask about this overcoming fear. I'm going to ask her, how do you do it? And more importantly, we're going to all learn, because it's something we all can learn from. So we got a show, by the way. We got a show. We got to get ready in 5. I know that's my favorite part. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you on the other side. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I like to start almost every episode with 3 visions that I hold near and dear to me, and they may be applicable to you, but I believe there are 3 visions. I believe first you have a vision for yourself. I think there's a certain way you want to live. I think there's a certain body type you want to have. I think there's certain food that you want to eat. And it takes resources, which means it takes revenue to make that happen. And then there's a second vision you have. You have a vision for your loved ones. I mean, the ones you care the most about. Today I got to spend time with Mother Dear. She's 73 years old, taking her to her eye appointment today, hanging out, going to Whole Foods. You have a vision for your kids. Maybe you want to send them to a school of your choice. Maybe you want to write a check right now for a cause that you believe in or a family member's health care insurance. And it takes resources, I know, which means it takes revenue. And then there's a third vision I believe that you have. I believe you have a vision for those people that you, not me, but you were called to serve. And the story I like to share constantly is Noah. And you don't have to be a Christian or you don't have to be a believer, although I am. But think about Noah in the Bible. And you think about this. He had a vision from God that was for him to pass through to somebody else. And imagine if he said, I'm not doing that. I'm going to just get a little boat over here. I'm going to toss in a few chickens. I need some chicken. I'm going to toss in some goats and some cows. And some of y'all want a hog pushed in there. I know. And he's going to put his family and go do his own thing. Imagine if he said that. No. He had a vision. And imagine before he got started, this might be you, by the way. Imagine it was a knock at the door. Boom, boom, boom. And someone said, yo, Noah. And they did use the word yo back in the day. I want you to know that. We got a problem. There's no hammers in the house. Noah wouldn't panic. Suppose someone said, Shorty. Now, they did say shorty back in the day. I want to let you know that. There's no nails in the house. No hammer, no nails. I don't think Noah would panic. But imagine there's someone yelling in the back, Noah, back here, Noah, and they're waving their hands. And they say, what? Hey, Noah, I want to report there's no people and there's no wood to put the boat together. Good luck on this mission. Maybe that's you. There's fear holding you back. Maybe that's you. You're stuck in your comfort zone. Maybe that's you. It's your time. Well, I can tell you this morning, this evening, this afternoon, no matter what time it is, Chavon Thomas showed up for one reason and one reason only, to help you get there. What's up, Chavon? How are you? You're in the building right now.
Look, I am excited to be here. I'm so thankful. I am elated about the rest of this conversation tonight.
Well, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. For those folks that are out there tuned in right now, you got Ben Aqui. I hope I got that right, that's watching right now. He's out there right now. You got Shantae Reese that's watching right now. You got Shonda that's watching right now. Marie. Hey, Marie down in Missouri is watching right now. I'm going to start off and address the elephant in the room. Overcoming fear. Okay, for entrepreneurs that are watching, for moms that are watching, for dads that are watching, what's holding people back from overcoming fear? What's the biggest challenge or one of the biggest challenges to stopping people? I'm just curious.
Look, I feel like one of the biggest things, because it was for me, it was the fear of failure. And I would add to it, slap right beside it, is the fear of rejection. Those two things alone literally hinder people, stop people, and literally cause people to not make the next move that they know they need to be making for them to launch forward, to go to the next level, or to literally start on the first level. And so fear of failure is that big thing, because we don't want to look bad. We don't want people to point at us and laugh or say, I knew they shouldn't have tried it, or who did they think they were? Or the fear of rejection is there, where it's like, people won't get with me, people won't support me, people won't believe in what I'm doing, or they will literally turn their nose up at me. So those two things are really, really big. But let me tell you something. Fear, the acronym, is false evidence appearing real. So as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as an individual who knows that they have been called to create something, continue something, or literally change something, it's so important for you to understand and realize that you have something that you need to do in the earth. Miles Monroe, I absolutely love him. One of my favorite quotes of all time. He says, the fact that you're alive today is an indication that you have something the world needs. So don't let that false evidence appearing real stop you another day. Go forth and just watch what happens. I'm telling you, you will be shocked.
You know, for those folks that are watching, listen to the one and only Chavon. She's giving it to us right now. She's there. Someone said, give it to us straight, no chaser. They're out there right now cheering. And I'm curious, first, before we talk about the next question, if you're out there watching right now, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Like hit the watch party button right now. You can hit that share button right now, and you can pay that message forward. We believe in the giver's economy. The person that outgives the competition out-earns the competition. So hit the share button. Hit the share button. Chavon's going to share something that will not only change your life, but someone else's life. Look, I'm going to ask her where this passion comes from, all right? Y'all can hear it. It's in her. She's ready. So let's find out, what's her big why? Like, why is she so passionate about overcoming fear? And don't worry, I'm going to ask her later how you overcome fear. So don't worry, she ain't going to get away with that. But I want to know where this passion comes from and what's your big why these days? And you at home, hit the share button. Do it now. Over to you, Chavon.
Oh my goodness. So my why is literally to help people get unstuck. I was in a season of my life where I was completely stuck, and I felt like I was not fulfilling the purpose in which God called me to literally be in this earth. And it was suffocating. It was it was detrimental to my livelihood. I wasn't even functioning properly anymore. And because I know what that feels like, because I know what it feels like to know that there is more on the inside of you, but for some reason you just can't get there, you just don't know how to literally break through. That's what I want to be for someone else, because guess what? Someone was that for me. And that's what literally changed everything. When someone began to speak life into me, when someone began to give me language for my purpose, that my whole life shifted and changed, and I started walking in my purpose. I started doing what I know I was put on this earth to do, and I was no longer the same. And that's the beautiful thing about what it is. Like, once you have that transformation, once you start moving, there is a fire on the inside of you where you just can't stop. And so I'm on a mission to help kingdom individuals take their place in society, impact culture, literally, and change the world. So it's my passion. I know it's what God has called me to do.
That is amazing. And to the persons out there that's saying, I hear her, I feel her, and maybe in their mind, they're thinking, I'm not good enough. Maybe they're thinking, you don't understand. I got a lot going on. People look to me to be a leader in my family or a leader in my community or a leader at the office. And I just don't know if I'm good enough right now. Would you say the person is having some doubt and saying, you know, can I step up? Can I get to that next level? Would you say that person right now? Or they're saying, I tried it before, Chavon, and it failed and it didn't feel good. And I don't know if I'm stepping back on that skinny branch again. What would you say to that person listening and watching right now?
Look, let me tell you right now that you are enough. Each and every one of us has a purpose on the inside of us that literally has the ability to impact another life. Before you worry about the thousands, just start with one. I'm telling you, the lessons, the experiences that you've had, the things that you've had to overcome to be the person that you are today, the skills that you have learned over time, those are the very things that will literally help transform someone else's life. The thing is, we often count ourselves out, or we sell ourselves short, or we say, comparing ourselves to someone else, how we don't measure up to the status quo. But can you just be that person that someone was for you, for one other person? And then it can turn into a group, and then it can turn into a state, then it can turn more and more. It can grow and grow and grow. So I want to let you know you are enough. And one thing that I have learned over time is failure is only failure if you define it that way. The opportunity to learn from anything that did not go as planned is how you're going to come out on top every single time. So we can redefine what it means to reset, refocus, revamp, instead of just deeming it as failure and saying, I can't try again. Look at it, reflect, and decide what it is that you need to do, what it is that you need to literally create that will enhance what you tried before, or who is it that you need to connect with in order to get the thing that's on the inside of you out into the earth to a place where it is, you see growth, where you see progress. Because one thing I love is it's not about perfection. It's not about doing it and everything's perfect. No, the beautiful thing about the journey of entrepreneurship, the beautiful thing about the journey of being a leader is that you grow over time. You get better over time. So stop counting yourself out and stop selling yourself short.
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel the passion. I'm feeling the love over here. Truly amazing. For those folks that are watching right now, do me a favor. You can pay this message forward. You can bless another entrepreneur. You can bless another single mom or single dad or a married couple that's out there right now, but just hitting the share button. Hit the share button. When that button pops up, just put serve and add value. That's what she's doing, Chavon's doing right now. Serve plus add value. All right, Chavon, we're there. And we're wondering right now, kind of like, okay, what's one thing I can do right now to overcome fear? You're speaking to me. Yeah, I got both my hands raised right now. And one thing we know is there's always a little bit inside of all of us, even myself. So what's one step that I can take to overcome and actually take action beyond that fear?
So the biggest thing for me was the fact that I needed to make sure that I had language to get unstuck, because you have to realize that if you're battling with fear, you're in a place where it literally has a hold on you. And so you have to be able to break free from that hold. And so for me, it was connecting with someone who had language for my purpose. So literally feeding yourself the opposite of what fear is telling you. Oftentimes fear comes into our minds and we embrace it. We say, yes, you know, that's true. That's right. But instead of embracing what's not good for you, it's really time to reject it. And so the way you reject it is feeding yourself with what is going to literally give you the strength, the encouragement, the empowerment, the inspiration that we're getting right now to literally cause you to move beyond where you currently are and step into what I like to call your purpose position. But it's only when you are intentional about literally positioning yourself to reframe your mind, to reframe your thoughts so that you can literally overcome those thoughts that are trying to tell you what you're not.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. She's got more. She's got more. She's not going to leave you there. She got more. Let's ask her. Let's ask her for another idea. Another idea. That was good. Let's ask her for another idea. Don't worry. Get your paper. Get your pencil. Hit the share button. Share this with someone right now. All right, Chavon. We're on the edge. I know you're not going to leave us just on that one. We want to know what's another step we can take. Now, here's the cool thing. She said, Shay, we can just have a conversation. So I don't have a list of questions I got to ask her. We're just having a real conversation. This is real folks having real talk about real problems. And Chavon's giving y'all and serving up some real solutions right now. So what's one more idea?
So the next thing that I will definitely say to you all is create your self affirmations. Literally, because of the understanding that we need to reframe our thoughts and reframe our mindset, it takes intentionality with affirmations. Affirmations, I often say, save my life. Literally, I went war room mode for myself. In 2019, I wasn't in the war room for my marriage. I wasn't in the war room for my job. I was in the war room for me, for my peace, for my sanity, for me to begin to believe what was true about me pertaining to what God was saying about my future and about my right now. And so literally I went in war room mode and I had a list of self-affirmations and I spoke it over myself day after day after day. And not only did I speak it over myself day after day, there were sometimes that there were multiple moments where I had to go in one particular day to literally continue to literally speak over myself the good, speak over myself what pertained to my future, what pertained to who I was at the core of my very being, because fear had this weird thing about distorting your reality. And so you have to literally get your mind in focus instead of allowing yourself to believe the distortion of fear. Choose to literally say, no, I'm going to align myself with the truth, which is going to affirm me. I am successful. I am powerful. I am needed. I am valuable. I am literally a world changer. Literally everything that I say can help save another life. So when you begin to speak that over yourself on a regular basis, that mindset begins to shift and change. And literally you are able to see that transformation happen from the inside out. And that's the thing about overcoming fear. It's an inside job.
It's an inside job. I love it. She's giving up to us right now. For those folks that are out there, Jimmy Ward is out there right now. We see you out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. And all of you folks who are tuning in right now, Terry, we certainly appreciate you. And every single one of you who hit the share button, we appreciate you. Now, I know some of you out there saying, Shay, I'm a leader. Shay, I manage a group. What's one idea that I can do to help lead my group and also help us pursue forward? And sometimes it's fear to them might be, can we hit this goal? Fear to them might, is that possible? Are you dreaming somewhere? Are you at the mountaintop and we're not there? So I'm going to ask her. I'm going to say for the leaders out there right now, for the managers that are out there right now, for the coaches that are working with clients right now, what is an idea or a suggestion that you can share with them so they now can lead others? And she talked about earlier, you got to be a leader of one before you're a leader of many. So some of you are now leading other people. So Chavon, if it's okay, and I know it wasn't one of the questions, but I'm curious, by the way, talk to the folks that got to lead teams and organizations out there right now. What are some suggestions you give them to help them encourage their team so they all can push forward together?
Yeah. And the big thing about a leader is the power of vision, right? And so when you are a leader, there's a vision, there's a focus, there's a goal, there are objectives, right? And so you constantly have to let your team know how valuable they are. So it's a constant pouring and empowering from a leader to let the team know how valuable they are, how needed they are, and how possible it truly, truly is. Literally, as a teacher, every year at the start of the school year, we would watch videos, literal TED Talks about your why. And we also talked about the power of you loving those or caring about those you're serving. And so the more you pour into your team, the more you lead them, the more you are even concerned about them. So one thing that's really big for me when it comes to my team, if there is something that is clearly evident when we get together that something is a little off, it's not good to overlook it or ignore it as a leader, but it's important to show that you care. John Maxwell said that there's power in a leader who has the trust of those who look to them. So as a leader, it's so important for you to be able to get to that vision, for you to be able to help people get to where they need to be. They need to be able to trust you. So as that leader, pouring into your people, seeing them for where they are, because everyone wants to be seen and known and and know that they are important. So pouring into them, empowering them, and letting them know, I see you, I am with you, I am here for you, and we are going to get to this vision together. That's really the key.
That's really the key. I love it. Thank you for sharing. We're moving to a segment now that's one of our core philosophies. It's one of our core beliefs here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. And one of our core philosophies is just this one statement that today is my January 1st. Let me say that again. Today, not tomorrow, but today is my January 1st. And for those folks that are out there watching and you know what I'm about to do, you can look right below the video. You can look right below the video. You can write those words. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks that are curious and want to know what is Shay talking about out there, today is my January 1st represents one of those moments. It's not a date on the calendar. It's the moment you make a decision. And that decision could forever change the trajectory of your life. And you're probably about 1,000 decisions throughout the day. And you can make a decision right now that you're going to overcome fear. And just that one decision could make a change in your life. You make a decision that you're going to work out. That's a January 1st moment. You make a decision that you're going to sit back and you're going to binge watch. That's a January 1st moment. So it's a fresh start. It's a do-over. It's my past. My past no longer equals my future. And my question to Chavon, as she's sitting over there, when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what goes to your mind? What do you hear?
Absolutely. For me, my January 1st is I am going to be even more committed, even more consistent, and even more courageous than I was the day before. Because those three things are so key. Being committed, being consistent, and being courageous are what is going to allow you to walk through doors, what's going to allow you to overcome obstacles, and definitely what's going to allow you to impact the lives that you are meant to impact in the world. So be committed, be consistent, and be courageous, and just watch where it takes you.
You said be consistent, and that's very important. And you may have heard this phrase before, that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with? I've got two hands raised again. I'm just guilty today, huh? It's being consistent. And so the question to you is, what do you share with your clients, or what do you do in your own life in order for you to, as my good friend George Frazier, Dr. George Frazier, my mentor, would say, stay the course. For them, the hashtag stay the course in good times and bad times. What's your secret to success?
So my secret to success, one is I must have my planner. My day must be lined out. Like I have to have a plan for what it is that I'm trying to execute. I'm also definitely a goal setter. I'm really big about what goals I am working towards in a quarter, within a month, right? At a specific time frame. I'm always considering that, because if I'm not looking forward, I'm going to be stuck where I am. So I have to always keep in mind, where am I working to? What am I working towards? Where am I going? And when you have your goals set in place every single day, you have to decide, okay, what am I doing to get closer to my goals? What am I doing to get closer to that vision being fulfilled in my life? So a planner is definitely an amazing tool that I absolutely love and appreciate. And then also, as it pertains to being consistent, it's definitely the why. And I always tell people, where's your why? Why are you doing what it is that you're doing? Because you need that why that's bigger than I. Dr. Shamika Dean taught me that, my business coach. That why that's bigger than I is so important, because I can't quit if I know that my vision is not just going to change my life, but it has the power to change the world. And so that's what makes all the difference in the world.
Wow, you said so well. For folks that are out there watching right now, they're maybe wondering what I'm wondering. What type of clients does your firm work with today? If you're taking any clients, I don't know if you are or not. And number two, how can they best connect with you? And don't worry, after she does this, we're going to ask her some more. She's got more. Like, the best is still yet to come. So if you haven't hit that share button right now, if you haven't paid this message forward, do me a favor and do someone else a favor. Bless someone else. Hit the share button right now. You want to know how you give a digital applause? Like, how do you do that? Hit the share button. Chavon's okay with that. She's here to change lives. She's here to touch other folks, and she will change your life if you let her. She really will. All right. How can they best connect with you, and what type of clients are you working with these days?
Look, so my clients right now are predominantly women, and I absolutely love it because that's where it all started. Just my passion to empower women to break glass ceilings and overcome the fear of them not feeling like they're able to lead because they are a woman, right? But we're in this new era, this new world where literal doors are opening for women to take their place, and I absolutely love it. But I'm also shifting that my leadership information, my content that I'm creating will not just be specifically for women, but women and men. And so these courses are created literally designed for you to help launch and birth what it is that you know you've been called to birth. So if you're feeling like fear is smothering you, if you feel like that, feeling like you're tired of wearing the mask as if everything is okay or as if you're perfect and you're not, if you are dealing with the fact that, man, I really want to start a podcast, but I don't know how. If all of these different things are trying to stop you from launching or birthing and doing what it is that you know you've been called to do, that's who I'm called to. I'm called to that one who knows that there is more in them than what they're currently doing, or there's greater levels that they have been called to reach, but there are things that are completely hindering them or stopping them from getting there. Those are the individuals that I'm called to reach because I want you to take your place in the world to make the impact that you have been born to make.
And did you say how they can connect with you?
Media.
I mean, you left us on the edge. Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, we're like, okay, we got it. We're feeling you. You're here, sis. You're right here. But how do I connect with you? And you at home that's listening right now, or maybe we're in your ears and your iPod, or maybe you're cooking in the kitchen right now. You listen with two ears. One ear of, hey, is this for me? And the second ear is, do I know someone? Like she just gave, do I know someone? And you can pay this message forward to them. How can they connect with you?
Yes, so I am Chavon Annette everywhere on social media, and my website is www.chavonannette.com. So it's CHAVONANETTE. It's my first and middle name, but you can find me everywhere on social media and my website as well. You can connect with me very easily.
I love it. Said so well. For those folks that are out there, one of my favorite questions, and Ann Sewell, who's out there, says the 3 C's to conquer it all. She's out there. Homer, good to see you again. I know you get a chance to join in. Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate it. And all the folks that are out there that are making comments on the different platforms. And I know some of you can't share it. You listen to the podcast. Some of you are live with us right now. Some of you on Apple TV. For everyone that pays this message forward, thank you so much. We really appreciate you helping us help entrepreneurs, help the world. Now, we're moving to a segment now called Rapid Fire. And this is a segment for those folks that are watching where I get to ask any question, right? Not that I haven't been already doing that. And she can take a pass. She being Chavon Thomas can take a pass, or she can answer it. And one of my favorite questions to start off with is always of this one question, because it's so cool. I love it. But of all the mentors that you've had so many mentors on this journey of life. What is one lesson that you learned from any of your mentors that you're going to share with us? Now you listening right now, you watching right now, the benefit to you is you may never meet her mentor, but you get to walk away with some of the lessons from her mentor that you can apply for the rest of your life. Isn't that cool? So lean in. If you're home, just lean into the camera right now because this is where the magic happens. All right, over to you, Chavon.
So one thing that I learned from one particular mentor, Destiny Inspire, whom I absolutely love and appreciate, is she said, not sharing your story, because that's really big for me, sharing my story, is a disservice to you, a disservice to God, and a disservice to others. So it is so important that you are willing to share the story of the transformation that has happened in your life. When you are willing to do that, there is literally no stopping you, because you've come to this point in this place where you're not afraid of what people are going to say about you, what they can do to you, but you are ready to truly show up in the world as your best self.
As your best self. I love it. Now we're curious because it's when the camera's on you full time, everyone's squinting behind you. They're trying to get their glasses. I got glasses. They're trying to see what it says behind you. It says power and something behind us. You obviously wanted it in the camera. It's right in the shot, by the way. So it's near and dear to her. So everyone wants to know the backstory. First, they want to know, what do those words say back there? Okay, they see power or something. So I'm curious. They're curious. And then what's the backstory? Why is that important? Why is that right there behind you? Why is it like behind you supporting you? We want to know.
So it says Power and Grace Leaders, and I absolutely love it. This was actually a title that God gave me. So in 2019, when I talked about I had to overcome the shame and the fear of certain things that I've been through or things that I've experienced, 2019, God gave me clarity that not only was I supposed to empower people, but I was supposed to really speak to leaders. And so it's called Power and Grace Leaders, power from God and power from the knowledge that we literally sit and ascertain to literally become better leaders. And then also grace simply because it's something that we do not deserve, but it is what God has given us to operate and do what it is that we do as leaders. And so the reason why I have this particular backdrop behind me is in 2019, I started interviewing different individuals who were incredible women and leaders on a talk show. I was afraid to death to call it a talk show, but I finally decided to call it a talk show. And it went from doing it once a week to 3 times a week when COVID hit. And then God led me to not only do it there, but also to present it to platforms like Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV, to different networks. And I did just that. And so now Power and Grace Leaders, show is now on Roku TV, Fire TV, Apple TV, and the replay is available also on YouTube. So I absolutely love the opportunity to interview incredible women. Remember, it started with women, incredible women who are doing incredible things to empower the next woman to understand that they can do great and exceptional things themselves. And then I ended up having a conference December of 2020 called Powerhouse Leaders. And so that was an amazing conference, amazing guest speakers. It was phenomenal.
You have this passion of working with women and helping them not only be power leaders, but what I admire, you also work with women that are just ready for the next level. I mean, when the question is asked, when do you stop learning? I think the obvious answer is you never stop learning. And so take a moment and talk about the type of work that you do to help women and a few good men like me who are eavesdropping on the conversation, just let you know that are eavesdropping on the conversation, really take leadership to the next level. Because I know that you work with leaders out there that are doing really, really well. But they know they have the potential inside and perform at a higher level. And I know you work with folks that are just getting started, but you also work with folks that are like, they're doing well, like they're ready for that next level, and their team and their organization is ready to go to the next level. So talk about reasons why you work with them, number one, and number two, some of the things you do to help them get to the next level, whatever the next level is for the person that's watching right now. And I want to recognize Regina. She's up in New York. Thanks so much for tuning in. Nashonda Head is in the house. Lisa Brennan is in the house. So many folks are tuning in right now. And I know one thing, many of them I'm seeing, they're leaders, but they know the best is still yet to come for them. So take a moment and talk about how you work with leaders to get to that next level.
So remember, the big thing for leadership is really understanding that there is more and there is greater for you, right? And so for me, when it comes to already being in the capacity of the leader, it's about really dealing with the things that maybe have gone undealt with. So for me, I shared that I was a leader, but there were so many things that were under the covers, certain things that I was not just proud to share. There was so much shame. There was so much fear. There was abandonment issues. There were a lot of things that were under the covers that really needed to be dealt with for me to push forward into what it was I needed to be doing in the next season. So it's literally about that transformation change to deal with the areas that have gone untapped, to deal with the areas that have gone untouched. And so when we're talking about the mask of perfection, when we're talking about the fear of rejection, a lot of leaders and comparison and all these things. A lot of leaders deal with those things, but they don't have a space where they can really be open and honest about that particular area of their life. So for the leaders that are already leading, I want to make sure you're not bleeding, because your greatest capacity as a leader is going to be from your healthiest place as a leader. And so it's all about, where are you really? Beyond the lights, beyond the glitz, beyond the glamour. How are you handling the different seasons of your life? How are you handling the shifts from one point to the next? How are you handling any betrayal that you experienced in your life? So it's really about what is going on within you, because I'm always about that inner work. What's happening within you in order for you to keep showing up as the leader that someone else needs you to be? Because oftentimes we have leaders who are burnt out. We have leaders who are broken. We have leaders who are despondent. We have leaders who are detached and isolated. Well, we want to deal with the root causes of those things so that you can really show up as the leader that you need to be. A safe place and an honest place for you to literally let go and be free to share where you are so that you can be who you need to be.
I love it. I love it. You know, when you're not out saving the world, we're coming down the home stretch, by the way. So second to last question. When you're not out saving the world, kind of like, what do you do for fun? You're like, I know you do so much, but, we want to get behind the scenes. We want to know, like, what do you do for fun?
Right. So I would say what I do for fun is definitely, I like to go to the movies. I'm definitely a movie girl. I'll go with my husband to the movies.
But what's your favorite
also,
movie?
I like having.
What's one of your favorite movies? You can't just leave us out there and tell us you like to go to the movies.
Of all time?
No, well, just one movie. What's one of your favorite movies that pops in your mind right now, and why? Like, ladies and gentlemen, don't you want to know? Like, she can't just leave us. Like, I love going to the movies and not say, well, here's one of my favorite movies, and here's why.
Right. So I always go back to my most favorite movie of all times, and that's Remember the Titans. I love the comeback story. I love stories where someone literally had to overcome and fight through obstacles and challenges that literally seemed impossible. And they were in not just a hectic time in society, but they were also dealing with a lot internally. They had to deal with their own belief systems. They had to deal with their own cultural beliefs and different things like that were really big. But watching the transformation, and I'm really big about transformation, watching that transformation that happens from these two groups, blacks and whites, going up against each other, now in the same school, having to come together as a team with differences and different music styles, different cultural differences like clothing, talk, all these different things, but they come together and they're able to do something that is historical. And that's what I believe as a leader that we are definitely called to do. When you are a leader, you don't have to be on that island by yourself. Instead, team up with other people who are great, because that's the thing. That team was filled with people who had great potential. That team was a team with great coaches. And so when they were able to get beyond the differences and focus on the main objective, something miraculous, amazing happened. And not only did it change within the team, but it changed without. The whole community was impacted. And now from that story, it's not just the community. The world knows the story.
Wow. The world knows the story. For everyone out there watching, you're watching the one and only Chavon Thomas. She showed up for one reason and one reason only, and that is really to change your life. She's here to help you get better. So thank you so much, Chavon. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege, a treat and a treasure to hang out with you. You've got a heart to give. You got a heart to serve. You're making such a huge difference in the world. We've got to have you back here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. So once again, thank you so much for being on the show. I want to turn over to you to really share, number one, how folks can best connect with you again, because they may be out there. And then your final thoughts, your final comments. As you know, these fiber optic lines are going to go off, right? These lights won't be there, and you're going to have to go do something. So before she comes on, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Like right now, take the link right there and maybe copy the link and paste it somewhere else. Like, pay this message forward to another entrepreneur. Pay this message forward to someone else who not only wants to overcome fear, but they're ready to help others get better as well. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Chavon, over to you once again. Thanks so much. Your final thoughts, and let folks know how they can best connect with you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Shay Brown. This has been amazing. So amazing. I'm so excited to have had this beautiful opportunity to be on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You can connect with me through following me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse even. I am Chavon Annette. And then also my website, www.chavonannette.com. That's one N on Annette, not two. And then also, look, I just want to speak to you for a moment. And I want you to understand how important it is for you to be good, for you to be strong mentally, with all the lights off, with no one else watching you. Are you okay? What do you need to work on? What do you need to do to be the best version of you? Take the time, think through. What things have you thrown in the back of your mind that you really need to deal with in order for you to show up as the leader, the entrepreneur, the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, the cousin, the auntie, the uncle that you really need to be in this world? Someone is waiting for you. The Bible literally says that the earth is groaning for the manifestations of the sons, and I always say and daughters because it's not gender specific, of God. So someone is waiting for you, whether or not they know it or not. But the moment they hear your voice, the moment they connect with your business, the moment they listen to your podcast, the moment they watch your talk show, the light bulb goes off. So who are you holding back because you are holding back? Today, make the choice to literally reject all those thoughts of fears, all those thoughts of inadequacies, all those thoughts that are telling you what you're not, and focus in on that vision, that goal, that dream, and just watch what happens when you decide to go after it with everything that's within you. There are no limits to your potential, but it's up to you to tap in, to unlock, and to literally go for it. So I encourage you today, take the leap, take the jump. It will be worth it in the end. You are enough.
You are enough. You heard from the one and only Chavon Thomas. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in at home. Thank you for watching. Thank all of you who shared this message and paid it forward. Today, in fact, is your January 1st. You can overcome fear. Today is your January 1st. You can be a leader of yourself and a leader of so many others. And today is your January 1st. You can make that decision and you can make that change. With that being said, if I'm you as you're listening right now, put your sunglasses on. The future is so bright and the best is still yet to come. The best is still yet to come. I tell you, the best is yet to come. With that being said, for those folks who want to know who's doing all that screaming, who's doing all that yelling, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this, though. Remember this. Time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. You got to live in that moment, and you got to make it count. God bless and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, by the way. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chavon. We got to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the share button. We out of here. We got to go. Peace. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.